Hello, my name is Jamailin. I don't reach out. So if you get any messages from anybody named like me, that is a scammer, that is not me. Okay, let's start with a couple of messages from cards that I've written myself. Guides and ancestors, is there any message that the collector needs to receive? Oh, wow. Stalking. Okay. So I already know that somebody's stalking me, but perhaps you're also being stalked. Oof. Lies. Loudmouth and the aftermath. So somebody spread lies, perhaps about you, and now you're speaking up about the stalking. This is the aftermath of these lies. This is just confirmation for me. Wounded soldier. Regret. No regret. This came up in reverse. Not a messy person and not in their feelings. So what I'm getting from this is, and at the bottom we have work not taking over, because work taking over came in reverse. What I'm getting from these messages right now is that maybe somebody hurt you. Somebody hurt you. They were spreading lies. Now you're speaking up about it. They don't regret what they did to you. Maybe somebody did something to your physical body. Could have poisoned you. Could have wounded you in some way. They say you were full of drama or a missing person. They wanted you to get in your feelings. They wanted you in your feelings after they wounded you. Let's see if we can get any letters. Oops, sorry. Let's see. Fix this a bit. Okay. Okay, oops. Sorry about that. Move the camera. The collective needs to be here. Oof. I got the number 3 to 5 people maybe. I guess I see 5. We have A, B, G. G wasn't one of the letters that came outside or directly towards me, so G could be relevant to somebody. Let's see if we can make some words from here. If we get any messages from these letters. Well, we already have sad. And somebody may be feeling sad, or they wanting you to be sad, as in your feelings. We got bag. Maybe someone's sad about the bag. Maybe they're losing money for whatever they did to you. We got head, or heel. We got heel. First I saw head though. Head and heel. Maybe there's something that they did to your head. Maybe they tainted your drugs. Maybe they tainted your medication. Maybe they messed with your water to try to mess with your head. From these letters, I'm getting brujo, which is a sorcerer, a warlock in Spanish, but there's no U, but that's just when I saw it, that's what I got. There's a bro, maybe there's a brotherhood of sorcerers, maybe dad, maybe your dad joined a cult. Pod, P-O-D. These people might be into rock, Christian rock. Maybe it's a Christian group, or maybe they're into heavy stuff. Could be. Maybe they're overseas. I'm getting New Zealand from these. I'm jackass from this. See if there's any other words I want to come out. You got bad. So maybe what they did was bad. Grad. Maybe somebody's in college or was in college. Grade. Maybe someone's messed up with your grades or with your learning. Bad. Maybe they spread some false information in your college, or they spread revenge porn. That's what I'm getting from that. Like a shop. Maybe they sold you or sold something that was yours. Oof. Maybe they messed with your weed. Za is a slang for weed. Maybe. This Doja Cat, like the singer. Maybe that relates. And I like to look up what Doja. She's a little bit weird, I'd say. I don't really like all of her songs, but some songs are. I like one of her songs, but she seems controlling to me. Maybe somebody's trying to control you. I got lies to this. I was gonna put this away and throw on some of the cards. Still see bro. Supposed to mean somebody might have gotten a high from doing something to you. Something that was bad. Something evil. There's a lot of those out there, so be mindful. I don't know. I've been thinking about these cards all day for some reason. Just recently found them somewhere where they shouldn't be. So I'm thinking I would use them first. This is one of my favorite decks by Guillermo del Toro. And I like the designs and everything from it. Let's see. Are there any messages that the collective should hear from these cards right here? Any messages the collective should hear from these cards right here? The World. The World card is about completion, but also a lot of people say the internet. But this card gives me more like a connection with the ancestors and being just. This card lifted up. The Page of Pentacles. Perhaps there's going to be a small offer made to you, or seduced. He's trying to send you messages through the internet. Maybe there are children involved. I don't know. So they're sending messages to 2 children, or this person is trying to tell you something about their emotions. Oh, a car on the floor. Alright, we got the death in reverse. They don't want something to be over. Or they couldn't kill you. Awful, but I don't know, I got that from that. Is there any clues we can get about who this person may be? Did this person try to kill the collective? Did this person try to kill the collective? I hate it, these cards just keep falling. Manipulate you. This person trying to manipulate you. I'm getting yes. I'm getting yes, they tried to kill you with that card, so. Oh, wow. 8 of Pentacles. They're thinking some unfinished work. They wanted your money. The Hermit in reverse. The Virgo may be involved, or they were hiding something that they needed to hide. Knight of Swords and 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This person lost money somehow doing something else, and they wanted to blame you for it. They wanted to say you did it. You made them lose money. They lost money because of you. They're protecting themselves because they lost money, and you were somehow, the collective was somehow the reason. Get the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm not sure, maybe they spent it on somebody who is not a pillar of society, somebody who maybe they said that you're not intelligent, you're not smart yet, you are low IQ, you don't deserve it, you don't work hard enough, you're not in your head. They wanted you in your head. Can you give us some more clues? Okay. 6 of Cups. So, I'm not sure they wanted to. 4 of Cups, sorry, 4 of Cups. They were trying to get they're offering you something, but you're not accepting it because you're on your highest, like you're high vibing, you're meditating, you're connecting with yourself. Because of self-love, they couldn't get you in your head. They couldn't turn you into a prostitute, which is what they said, or what they were working on, or who probably drained their finances. Okay, we have the 10 of Cups. So they're seeing you after happiness. They're seeing you that you're happy, or the Fool, that you have a new beginning, or they want to have a new beginning with you after they didn't kill you. But there's no new beginning because there's a Tower. Tower, Tower, Tower. Okay. I'm gonna switch cards. some more messages. I'm hearing they worked really hard on these lies they spread. They worked really hard to wound you. Any messages here the collective needs to hear. Any messages here the collective needs to hear. Any messages. Intuitive Kev. I want these cards online. I'm getting the government wants more people to be psychics so they can get more information. That's just a message I got. And the messages here the collective needs to hear. Oh my god, these cards are so new that they're kind of hurts to shuffle them. We got bliss. And the messages here the collective needs to hear. Okay, we got love offer, we got enamor, and we also got priest. Okay. Bless, love offer, enamor, priest. Priest, goodness, priest. Okay, so what I'm really getting from these cards right here, these 4 cards, I'm getting different things from it. One of them is that, I don't know, because although this card is a happy card, bliss, you know, happiness, rainbows in the background, she looks very psychotic. She doesn't look happy, like loving happy. She looks like obsessed happy. So I'm getting that this person had a great idea to give you a love offer, give you the collective a love offer, and they used someone that was religious for it to like manipulate you, to get you in your head, to get something out of you. What I'm also getting here is that they could have put something in your drink. You could have drank something this person gave you. It could have affected you somehow. Another way I could see it is that you were happy. You could have been happy about a love offer, and you didn't know you were going to fall in love with someone that was religious or was also a high priest, or maybe love made you a high priest. Another thing I'm seeing is there could be somebody that made a love offer to two women and didn't choose you, but gave the love offer to this person, but in their mind, you're in the mind, you're the person they think about, but they offered love to this person, and you're also thinking about that person. Any messages that the collective needs to hear? God, tell me if there are any other messages I need to share with the collective. We got courthouse, occupation, bottom of the deck, legal, and ancestors. Getting some things from this too. They might come across very strange, but this is YouTube. There's a lot of strange things. I am not gonna judge anybody. There's a lot of amazing people that are not even being noticed online, but I'm getting that there's something going on in the courts, right? The government might be involved, right? There's the flags. We know that there's a government shutdown for food stamps, right? And this is affecting a lot of people. But what if this is directly connected to what happened with COVID? This could be directly connected to cutting down food stamps or the food for some people, so that they can cause similar things as to what happened when people got the jab. Another thing I'm seeing it as is that there's something legal. We got courthouse and legal, and there's a doctor that might be involved. I already kind of read that this person here might have done something to you with this cup of love, this drink of love. Could have been a doctor. Maybe they experimented on you, or maybe they're part of the government. You're part of a government experiment, and your ancestors do not like this, or your ancestors revealed that you're a high priestess. Or maybe someone in your family was, or there's lineage connecting you to something ancestral. Another thing I'm getting is like social justice with this, because she's dressed, I don't know, she's got braids, she looks sassy. So maybe making you sick was part of some social justice, and your ancestors are like, no, this is not gonna fucking happen. No, forget that idea. This person is a high priest. You can't do that. Another thing I'm getting is like the courts want you to be happy. Perhaps you went to the courts about something that was happening to you, and this is going to make you happy, because I'm seeing the sun and also the rainbow in the background. So something about the courts could potentially make you happy, and then you would receive a love offer after you are finally at bliss. Or maybe a love offer was part of a legal investigation. Someone is concerned about the courts. because they were jealous and envious about this love offer made by this doctor to you. This woman connected to the legal system. She's the devil. Or maybe she made someone you were dating, she had that person turn on you, made them into this entity, or put an entity on you, maybe wanted to hurt you. And in the distant future, we have still the sun here. Your ancestors will be happy, proud of you. You're doing the right thing. This is confirmation. Pathway. Star. And more information the collective needs to hear. You know what? I'm gonna pause as I look into it because I'm going for some tarot. And yes, I'm gonna go into Mr. Del Toro. I just love these, even though they're kind of creepy. I mean, I love them. They're just like the exact amount of detail, gore I like. It's not that bad. Oh my god, was I even recording? Yes, I am. Okay. I thought I wasn't recording, but I am. Okay. So, any messages in these cards? Let me shuffle. Shuffle. Any messages I can find about what the Keeper deck is trying to tell the collective. And tell the collective, okay? We have 2 cards. We got the Knight of Blades, just the Knight of Swords in reverse. And we got the 4 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Gears. Okay. Any messages? We got the 9 of Swords. The 10 of Wands. And the Ballad of Goblets, which is, I think, Ballad of Goblets. Let's check. Oh, and we got the Empress in reverse. These are coming up as messages from like bad entities, it seems to me. Let's see what the Ballad of Goblets. One thing that I don't appreciate much about the Guillermo del Toro is like, I don't think that the book is that informative. Could have been more organized, but it's still cool. So the Ballad of Goblets says this card speaks of troubled growth, of development that seldom brings an abundant harvest, uncertain and risky result. If the card appears, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna read that part. It's not of interest, but it also says that it's considered the strained vampire. So there's a vampire. There's an empress in reverse who might have been sucking your energy, who caused all of this. Okay. Let's see what else we can get from these messages. With the Knight of Blades, we got air matched with air. Unleash sterile action without emotions, roots, or creativity. Action is just senseless movement. It can be elegant and beautiful, but also dangerous and disoriented. It says Karl Ruprecht Krunen from Hellboy is depicted on the scarf. And it came out inverted, so something dangerous and disorienting happened. Perhaps is that you're not accepting an offer, or let's see what else I can get from that. Maybe you don't want a relationship. Maybe that's throwing people off, that you're not trying to get with anybody. Or maybe they didn't want you to get with anybody. They want you suffering under this Nine of Swords energy. Or this is what somebody's going through. They wanted you burdened. They wanted to cause burdens on you. I'm also being guided to say to people that not to wait until it's too late for something. For example, what's going on with the government. If this is affecting you in some way, write to your representatives, speak up. More of our voices matter, especially the ones that are actually influenced by this disaster that they're causing, because obviously they can stop it, and they haven't. But we got the Violet of Blades. Let's see. Violet of Blades. It says, the air that blows over a fertile earth. This card represents the power of invention and the growth that comes from the combination of a great scope and a honed practical sense. It can imply a certain incompatibility of objectives and possibilities if it appears inverted, which is not. The card depicts Mercedes, Captain Vital's housekeeper, and Ophelia's friend in Pan's Labyrinth. Yes, I remember Pan's Labyrinth. And now I see her face. Perhaps this is one of your ancestors protecting you. Maybe your mother. Maybe they're afraid of your mother, and she protects you. Be aware if they're trying to make your mother sick. If your mother is sick, be aware of people that are around her. The Tower again. So there's a tower incoming. See, these two people are like, could be the same person, the concerned person and the jealous person. and they're all afraid of your mother. Your mother's got a knife in her hands, but she also behind her, she has bread that she's baked, and she's very capable of creating a storm of clouds, dark clouds, and she destroys the weeds that grow in the wall. I'm not sure, I'm getting that vibe. Any other messages? Okay, we got the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands. In reverse, we got the Lovers and the World. Okay, so we have here, okay, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse, who's perhaps jealous of you. She wanted to put this dark entity on you, but you fell in love. The entity fell in love with you, or you're of the light. There's no way they can attach an entity to you. Okay, and now you're in your cocoon, you know, healing, and in the distant future you're gonna break open this cocoon and come out like a butterfly. I'm getting also that they were maybe saying that you were an Empress in reverse, or that you were pregnant or something, but you weren't. It's just a lie. We got the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And we got the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Discs in reverse. So this is the Seven of Cups in reverse because the cup is upside down. What I'm getting from these is somebody's ran out of options, or maybe they don't have any options because they can't speak with you, or the only option is to speak with you. But maybe it's not available. Maybe you have them blocked. Maybe this person, you know, we had Wounded Soldier. Wounded Soldier, I picked those cards up, but we had that. Maybe they cannot. And this card is giving me like the Ace of this in reverse. It's giving me that like they can't manipulate you card. Like they're trying to with communication, but they cannot. They can't get to you. They're trying to like create something. Let me see this card so I can give you the correct explanation. See, like this book. Let's put it here. Let's see. I didn't read the Tower, but I mean, we all know what the Tower is, so we don't need to read it. I don't think that they have the Ace of Discs here, but it's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, so the Tower might be that these people don't want to lose money, so, you know, because we can't communicate with you and manipulate you, they are losing something that they wanted really bad. That's what I'm getting from that. Perhaps like all the lies, the manipulations they created, they cannot continue it. I want to read this card right here, the Lovers. I'll look, see at it, just glance at it for a second. And I just had it, and I missed it again. Oh, here we go. so it seems long for some reason. Whoa, it's 2 pages, so I guess it's worth reading. It says the lover's meaning has to do with choice, especially emotional choice. In many contexts, it can be even more focused and refer to crossroads of passion of any kind. In the Tarot of Marseille, the Lover's card is depicted as a man caught between 2 women. Oof. The exact situation here isn't clear. Are the women stalking the man or trying to embrace him? One appears to be innocent, while the other seems wicked. In Tarot del Toro, this duality is depicted by the characters from the shape of water, with their double nature, both human and aquatic. It is interesting to note the Mantegna deck illustrates this card with a figure of Venus in a marine environment. The choices that the Lover's card forces us to make are mutually exclusive, so they always involve a sacrifice. The decision must be taken in the light of the truth that radiates from above. Below, the characters float in unstable equilibrium. There will be no rest until a decision is made. The Lovers is not intrinsically a good or bad card. More than any other, its meaning depends on the cards around it. With the Wheel of Fortune, it signifies a particularly complex or shifting set of circumstances. With the Hermit, there are multiple possible meanings. If the Hermit appears before the Lovers, it shows us a situation in which the decision has to be made by a person on their own. If it appears afterwards, it shows a decision that leads to loneliness. So, we had a vampire. Maybe somebody I don't know, maybe somebody chose wrong. Somebody chose wrong. That's what I'm getting from those. The choice of somebody chose a monster, perhaps, instead of the collective. And it led to a tower and loss of wealth. That's what I'm getting with that. Any more messages? Last messages. And closing messages. Knight of Wands. Get the Knight of Wands. Any more messages? Select next to here. Maybe somebody's coming to you soon. We got the Death card in reverse. Ace of Blades. And the 3 of Discs. So let's see. Okay. And let's see some of these cards. The Knight of Wands. Let's see what it says. It says, Knight of Wands, air worn by fire. The summer breeze. We could say that the activity and dynamism of air prevails over the transformative capacity of fire. It speaks of inspirational power and the ability to help. Okay, it says we find here an insect and a fairy, which are one and the same in Pan's labyrinth. And then we have the Death in reverse. So maybe somebody's seeing your power. Somebody sees your power and they don't want you guys to be over. They want to come back to you. But they're a liar. They're a liar. Maybe they were never your lover. They can never tell you the truth about what they did. Maybe they just never told the truth. And from all of this, I get the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Discs, in this card, in this deck, speaks of possible gains and after a trial or some kind of risky business. But I'm getting that they also went off and didn't tell the truth to a whole group of people. And they perhaps lied to a lover and used the internet, or they share private information, or they lied to someone to block you in the internet, or they chose someone over you to give it a great opportunity to. But after you suffered, this caused the tower, like loss of wealth. It wasn't a good choice, not a good choice, because the tower is coming after. They lost you. And they lost their choices. No more choices now. There's no more choices. They don't have any more choice. They need to speak up. They need to tell the truth. There are no more choices. They need to tell you, tell the world, tell the courts what's going on, or your mother is going to do it. Or someone related to you, they're going to do it. Because you are really very strong. You can do many things. You're not just a fairy. You can also be, strong enough to carry the fairies. You're also, you can do your own trials and tribulations and turn death in reverse. You can heal yourself. You're able to heal. You're a healer. You can be anywhere. You can have nothing and still not die. Make something out of nothing. So whatever they said about you was not true. You're a very strong person. And what is this hiding in the background? Yeah, all these swords. All these swords that they still have in the background. All these burdens. So I'm getting collective that you're a special person. And you might be an alien. And you don't even know it. So don't lose hope. You're going to come out of this in the distant future. And all these entities are going to go to jail. That's their path. That's what I'm seeing. Thank you for watching. And if you liked my reading, I'm new to this. Please like, share, subscribe, and the drill. Thank you again for watching. Bye.